good day and welcome. My name is Lim Ai Jing, a student from University Malaysia Sarawak, ULIMAS. And today I would like to share a significant hazard that I noticed when we had a visit to the concrete lab at our Faculty of Engineering, ULIMAS. And I would also like to pinpoint out several solutions that can solve the hazard that we have noticed. Significant hazard that I have noticed in the Faculty of Engineering of ULIMAS is manual material handling. And according to ergonomic guidelines for manual material handling, handling means that workers' hands move individual containers manually by lifting, lowering, filling, emptying, or carrying them. So the source of the hazard is crushed concrete. So when I arrived at the concrete lab on the 24th of February 2020, I noticed that there are several buckets of crushed concrete put on the floor. And according to my interview with several students at the concrete lab, they showed me that students are the one that will be moving all this concrete lab from one location to another location. And from this photo here, you can see that I've tried to carry up one of the buckets of the concrete, and it was too heavy for me to even move 1 inch. So how was the hazard in come in contact with the students? So from my interview with the student had to move buckets of crushed concrete that weighed approximately 30 kg per bucket after performing tests for comprehensive strength of concrete. And any weight that exceeds 25 kg is heavy to lift for most people, especially if the load is handled several times in a day. And from my interview, they assured me that they had to move a total of 9 buckets in a day. Next, the student also had to move the crushed concrete that were put in plastic buckets across a distance of 500 meters to be disposed. So awkward posture are involved, such as bending their waist for more than 30 degrees without support, and also carry heavy materials for a long distance. Next is improper container. As you can see that from this photo here, they have used plastic buckets to carry crushed concrete. And these plastic buckets without handles are not suitable to act as a container to hold crushed concrete. As you can see that the buckets are too soft to carry all this heavy crushed concrete, and the plastic buckets could break easily, and it's very difficult to grasp without the handles. So from here, I would like to propose some administrative control type for this hazard. And the first is provide proper training. So this is to ensure that workers receive adequate information on the weight of the load, the center of the gravity or the heaviest side of the package is unevenly loaded, and be informed of the risk of accidents and ill health, particularly concerning their specific task. They should also receive training on the use of equipment and also the correct handling techniques. So this is a very effective way, as a proper training will educate the students the precise information on how to handle the loads correctly and reduce the risk of getting hurt. And next is to reduce the frequency of lifting. So how do we reduce the frequency of lifting? We can reduce the amount of time of students perform lifting tasks by rotating the students in lifting tasks with other students in non-lifting tasks, and also having students alternate lifting tasks with non-lifting tasks. This is also another very effective way, as this will lower the risk of getting physical harm and also allows the student to have rest breaks. And thirdly, the students can do strengthen and lengthen muscle exercise. So this is to improve their strength and muscle tone with the exercise before working or during their breaks. This is also very effective, as this will decrease the risk of sprains and strains from manual material handling. So here are some examples of the exercise that the students can do before they are working. Here are some of the ways to avoid from awkward position. So bending and twisting your body when lifting heavy materials increase the risk of your muscle and other soft tissue injuries. So first, do not lift or carry more than 30 kilograms alone. Get help from other students. Second, Bend your knees and push up your legs. Third, hold the materials close to your body. Fourth is to lift heavier lumber at one end, not the center, and walk to the center to lift it. And fifth is use tools and equipment to transfer heavy material when possible. Next, I would like to propose 4 engineering control type to solve this hazard. So engineering control type is a physical modification or the installation of further equipment with the goal of limiting consequences. So the first suggestion I would like to propose is to decrease the weight of the load by using smaller container. So the weight of the load need to be decreased, and it can be done by repacking the heavy load, such as putting fewer items in a container. So this is a very effective way, and from this way the weight is appropriate for the person to manually handle as long as the weight is less than 25 kg. And thirdly is to use foldable platform hand truck trolley. So the foldable platform hand truck trolley has a maximum load capacity of 300 kg, non-slip mat, and also foldable handles for easy storage. So this is also a very effective way to solve this hazard, as it is more inexpensive compared to forklift and also smaller in size. But the students had to be extra careful when they are lifting the loads from the trolley to avoid any awkward posture. And lastly is to change the container. As from the previous diagram, you can see that they have used plastic buckets to carry crushed concrete, and it is not a suitable container to carry such a heavy load. So I would like to suggest to change the container with handles and that is able to withstand the weight of the load. So this is also another effective way, as the handle will increase grip stability and ensure that the loads can be carried safely without any breaking. So what will happen if you do not solve this hazard as soon as possible? So it may cause low back pain and also more serious musculoskeletal injuries to the back, and it can occur suddenly or develop over a period of time. For example, while handling heavy objects, it may lead immediate to painful muscle strains, and these strains may develop into serious injuries when the muscles are not allowed to heal and are exposed to additional stress. And next is PPE. So I would like to propose 2 PPE types. The first is safety boots. So safety boots is to avoid any slip, trips, or also falling objects. So it is also a very effective way, as it protects the students' feet from getting hit by any heavy loads. And next is to wear glove. So wearing a proper size glove that fits is very important, as especially those gloves with rubber dots on the surface can increase grip stability on slippery surface. And also this is very effective, as it increases the grip stability and avoid the person from getting cut by any sharp edges.